So yeah, I got disconnected a bit. Am I back? Is my audio clear or good?
Yes, Vaishnavi, you are good, clean and clear.
Picking up from the distinction that I was talking about, DP600 is focused on analytics, business insights, and that part of Microsoft Fabric. It emphasizes on how data is modeled, transformed, and visualized to support the business decision-making process. So this certification, DP600, is for professionals who work with the business stakeholders and they work at the analytics part of it. On the other hand, we have DP700, which is centered around data engineering and platform design in Microsoft Fabric. So it dives deeper into the ingestion, the transformation pipelines, the lakehouse architecture. So the data engineers will be building the reliable, scalable data systems. So in short, if I were to give a context, DP600 would answer the question, how do we use data to generate insights? DP700 answers the question, how do we design and build systems that make those insights possible? So both certifications are critical. They are increasingly relevant. Microsoft Fabric is hot right now. So uh, organizations adopt to modern data platforms like Microsoft Fabric very quickly, and it is expected to grow tremendously now. Um, Over to you, Nagraj. Introduce the panels. Just get started.
Yeah, thank you so much for the introduction, Vaishnavi. That was a very good intro. I mean, thank you so much for letting everyone know that what is 600, what is 700 in brief. I mean, yeah, even I, when I was appearing for DP 700, I was just thinking, okay, how can I just get this certification? How should I go ahead with the preparation part? So that is where CoE has helped me a lot, and it just directed me to the right places where I can find the resources, right? I mean, I can just let you know few of the resources where I was directed by the COE. I was speaking with Sanjay, I was speaking with Arun. They just told me one thing: you should just follow the Microsoft material first. You should know what are the concepts which they wanted to ask in the Microsoft certification. I'll just share the screen. I'll just tell you an overview about how should you start with the preparation part. So give me one moment. Okay, guys. We'll just do one thing. Firstly, you tell me, each every one of you, what do you think by DP 600 and 700? I mean, why do you want to take this certification? I want people to tell that why do you want this certification? So Abhijit, Vatsal, we have many, Akriti, Anusha, Madhur.
Yeah, I believe some of them have already taken these certifications, and because the holidays we don't have everybody here, so we might want to do it in two different settings to enable people. Um, but lots of people who are newcomers who are either planning to take the certification, guys, the more you participate, the more you will learn from the panel that is here. Vaishnavi and Nagraj will introduce them. So guys, don't be shy. um, I'm the silliest person, the world's freshest fresher, I call myself. So, guys, please go ahead and participate. Ask questions as much as you want. Vaishnavi and Nagaraj, our gurus, are here to guide you today, and along with the rest of the panel. So let it be a very interactive session.
So guys, I'll just start with DP 600 and 700. You know, right? We have two sessions, two exams which we need to focus on in terms of analytics part or in terms of data engineering part. We have heard from Vaishnavi that we can take 700 for data engineering, for data engineers specifically, and for data analysts or data analytics part we have DP 600. So the one which you're seeing on the screen, it is about the Microsoft Fabric Analytics Engineer DP600. So these are the concepts which you need to focus. This would be the first step which you need to do if you want to prepare for this DP600. So onto the Microsoft page, you have these concepts which I've given, and it is the same page where you can practice the exam. You'll have a practice test, practice assessment, and you'll have a sandbox which will represent a real world environment where the one which you take in the proper exam, it will replicate that part. And it is the same place where you book your exam as well. You can schedule your exam. So coming to the concepts which we need to particularly see in DP600. So in DP600, guys, majorly we focus on the fabric architecture and the basics of it, and about what is a one lake and how the data ingestion happens. What are the components which are involved in the data ingestion part? Mostly the questions are surrounded in that. For example, what is a pipeline? The questions related to pipelines, what are data flows, what is a notebook, and you would have concepts from you would have questions from warehouse and some of the transformations which we apply in the analytics part. And majorly, you'll have questions related to the semantic models and DAX functions. And there are few questions where they would be asking us to elaborate the TSQL questions, TSQL part, where you would need to complete the TSQL material from the answers. I'll give you an overview of a few of the questions, type of questions which are asked in DP600. Like you'll have a single answer, you'll have multiple choice mostly, and in that multiple choice you'll have to give a single answer, and few of the parts you would have to choose multiple answers in the multiple choice itself. Like you would be asked to select two of the correct answers from the question, and in few they would be having a drop down selection. For example, you'll be having a TSQL query given, and you'll be asked with respect to the above question, you need to mention that which TSQL, which commands are appropriate for this code. So there you would need to select the drop down and choose the appropriate command in the SQL query. And also you'll be having a case study oriented questions, approximately like 4 to 10, in between 4 and 10. You'll be having a set of questions, and you need to and questions are circulated with respect to that particular scenario. Apart from that, as I've told you, like we will be having DAX completion. They'll be giving you a DAX code and a scenario, and you need to mention, you need to make sure that in that particular scenario what type of DAX code is relevant. And TSQL and Spark notebooks are the
So
major
Nagraj,
parts which, yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
You are showing all these questions, the concepts, topics. So, what are the prerequisites? If someone wants to attempt the DP600, the first question that everyone has, I've seen many ask this in our COE groups as well. The first question is, what are the prerequisites? What do I have to know, and how much do I have to know it to start preparing for Microsoft Fabric? Just even if, let's forget about certifications, even if I wanted to pick up and start Microsoft Fabric learning, what are the prerequisites? How much should I be like 3 years of experience professional? Should I have 5 years? So what do you think?
uh, on my in my perspective, you know what I mean, a guy with 2 years of experience can also take the exam, but the prerequisite is they have good understanding of what are the components and what are the items which are available in the fabric. For example, for a data transformation or for the data ingestion part, we use particular items or components. For example, data pipelines we use, and we use notebooks to write PySpark code, and we use semantic models to we create reports. So these are the basic components which you need to be aware of to get into the certification part.
Right, but I would also like to have ask the same question to
Yeah.
Abhijit Path that we have. Um, so we have our panelists here, and I would propose the same question to every one of you. Abhishek, Akriti, What did you know before learning Microsoft Fabric, and how did it help you get started? We are here so that we can hear from you. Me and Nagraj, we can keep talking,
Yeah, I
but
mean, we want to hear from every one of us. I mean, you know what? This session is just to celebrate, and we want to just know how you have prepared for the exam, and what do you think about Microsoft Fabric and about the certification part. It's open. It's you can just unmute and you can talk.
Yeah, I started Fabric like 1.5 month ago when I joined the boot camp, which is taught by Surya sir. So like I knew Fabric like was a unified platform, but when I joined the session, I got deep knowledge of like what components are there, like Lakehouse, One Lake, and how it is different from traditional Power BI. And I feel that DP600 is somewhat similar to PL300, which I've completed. DP700, I'm preparing for it.
Yeah,
so
that's
Abhishek,
great. That yeah.
tell us more about this boot camp. How did you start? Like, why do you think it helped you? I'm curious.
I joined one of the session. I think it was hosted by Nagraj. He was showcasing his portfolio, and you had shown your portfolio as well. Like I was very much interested when I went through the session. Like you guys showed that you had not created portfolio earlier, and how you were able to create it within 2 months. So I was very much interested to join the boot camp and learn about Fabric. And I was seeing everywhere in LinkedIn that Fabric is upcoming. Like all the companies are transferring to Fabric from other platforms since Microsoft holds it, and they'll have Outlook teams under Microsoft. So I wanted to upskill myself in that so that in upcoming 5 years it will be helpful for the job market.
That's a good
So
vision. That's a very good vision. Yes. Yes, Vaishnavi,
yeah,
you can.
go ahead. Okay. So I have one more question. What is the common misunderstanding that you had when you first started preparing? Like, how did you correct it? What did you know about DP600, and what kind of like a myth buster, Share
No,
it.
I thought since like I had PL300, right? I thought it would be similar to PL300, but DP600 from like what I got to know after learning Fabric, it is like there are more components to it than PL300. PL300 was mostly based on Power BI desktop, Power BI service, DAX, all those things. But over here, it is like kind of end to end. We need to know more, like we need to know about pipelines. We need to know about warehouse, lakehouse, one lake, at least basics of it in DP600. In DP700, I think we need to know like fully detail and about the PySpark as well.
That's very true. That's very true. And I believe the same thing, Mother. I mean, firstly, when I joined, I didn't know about the portfolio thing. We need to prepare, but I was given a head start. Like, okay, if a recruiter comes and he wants to give a job. First, he should be assured that you know something, right? And it should be visible. So that is where we started. I mean, COE boot camp, in the Fabric boot camp. We started to take up the case studies, and we have. Made sure that we publish them on the website, and any recruiter who comes to the web page, he would be assured that, okay, this guy knows something, and he can do the work which is given to him. He can perform the task which is set in the Microsoft Fabric. Apart from that, the recruiters also notice that is the person certified, because portfolio is one type of assurance for them, and certification is something which we can I mean, it is known that if a person is certified, he knows the concepts very well. So that is where DP600 and DP700 comes in Microsoft Fabric. And Vaishnavi, what do you think about this boot camp and this certifications thing?
No, I want to hear from the successful professionals who are part of it. And yeah, we have Abhijit Pathik. Can we hear from him? And Yeah, while I have you, Abhishek, I have another question. So, you said you were learning about pipelines, the data engineering, the bit of data engineering part that comes in DP 600. It was new to you. So, which topic do you think was like it took you the longest to understand, even though it looked simple like at first?
No, the practical ones actually, like until we understand it, I did the projects, but in few, sometimes if I succeeded also, the pipeline, if it showed succeeded also, to understand that if data was correct, if any duplicates was there, that initially it took me some amount of time, but now I'm confident with it and to understand the basics of all the things.
So, how did it help you with the exam? I hear you practicing, and that's a very good thing. So, do you think hands-on projects helped you with the certification?
Yes, yes, 100%. I think in exams, there will be similar kind of scenarios. So, since we have learned in the boot camp by doing real-time case studies, we'll be knowing how the data is ingested, transformed, and the other things, semantic models and all. So, because of hands-on, I think it will be very helpful for the exams.
What are the questions? I passed DP 700. I didn't take the DP 600 yet. But give us a little bit about the questions. Are they scenario based? Because I feel like you said scenario based hands-on projects help you. So
I've
to
not
what
given
extent?
DP 600 or 700. I've given PL 300. So in PL
Oh,
300, there was a case study. Like there was one case study, and based on that, I think 10 questions was there. But this was like 2 years ago. And now I think PL 300 will be retired. DP 600, when I was seeing in YouTube and other people's experience, they said the same thing. Like scenario based questions will be there. And the question pattern is similar, I guess, to PL 300.
So, can we have some inputs from Akriti? Akriti has done a great job, and I'm happy to announce that I'll not name the company yet, but Akriti has joined a great MNC in New Delhi, and she has been a superstar. She did multiple courses from the COE, and she's been extremely consistent. And she is a CA finalist, comes from a very strong finance background as well. And I'm so happy to see her dedication. And so she did not believe in just doing the certifications for the sake of obtaining a paper. She has worked very hard, and which shows in her articles, her portfolio, and I'd be happy if she can share some inputs. And also our national COE lead Prem Sai Madali is here, and Prem Sai can also offer his inputs on examinations in general, because Prem Sai has previously given a lot of seminars in the past where he's talked about preparations for different kind of things. And so I would love to have uh, their inputs on I think Prem Sai did the 700, Akriti did a couple more. Akriti has many certifications, but so I would like to hear their views as well as we move along.
Sure. So, for reading won't make you perfect, but you have to do the hands-on practice, what I believe. So, for that, I have built many projects, end-to-end projects to practice all the things which I have learned in the Fabric boot camp or in the Databricks classes. So,
You, you 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 came from a financial analyst background. You're also very heavily into finance, and now that all your efforts and work from the last 4 or 5 years you've been working in the data engineering space. So it's pretty awesome to see somebody like you who did not have a bachelor's degree in engineering or science. You moved from a finance background, I would say non-IT background, right, into IT, and you've done excellent. So first of all, kudos to you. You started this year with a big bang, and all of us are very proud of you at COE, that you have. I believe you have either joined or are joining the new company this week, and we hope that I mean, you'll do wonderful. Of course, at an appropriate time, we'll set up another meeting to just share experiences. You can offer tips to people, but I want to offer kudos to you, and kudos to your people that have contributed, the COE leaders, because right, we said that we are here to celebrate. So I'm very thankful to Ashok, our who teaches our Azure Databricks data engineering. I'm thankful to Sanjay uh, for uh, for being a great mentor. I'm thankful to Surya for teaching us Fabric, and Vishal and Rashika for Power BI. We have Muskan Handa, who's done a great job. We have so many people that I don't want to forget any names, but you guys know. I mean, you've been a part of the COE. You guys already know who they are. All our mentors are excellent. But thank you, Akriti. I just want to celebrate. Akriti, Vaishnavi promised us that she's going to make some noise. So I would like to hear you make some noise to get other people started.
Sure, sir.
Akriti, if
Sure,
it helps,
kya?
I have a few questions to get
I
you.
would say, wait a minute, Vaishnavi. I want to make some noise. Guys, everybody, make some noise for Akriti. Yahoo! She did.
Congrats, Akriti.
Congratulations,
Congratulations,
Yes,
Akriti.
Congrats,
Akriti.
You guys,
Akriti.
you
yes,
guys
we
are
are
too
really proud.
silent.
That's
Yeah,
big.
yeah. She's done it very well, and she's already in the process, and we don't want to disturb her for the entire month because her focus is going to be on learning new process, the new place, and then kind of working through the process, and she needs extreme focus. So instead of contacting her on LinkedIn or contacting her in person, it's best to let her have her focus. And that is why we did not announce it especially, but those of you who know her dedication and the hard work she has done. So, Akriti, let me ask you a subject question. Um, can you? I know that when you were preparing for your certifications, Akriti,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, did you think that the scenarios and the work that you've done in the portfolio, they were very helpful, and you have written lots of articles. I've seen your articles from the last year or couple years, and you have written some excellent articles. So how do you think being visible helps, and how does it help?
Yeah, sir. It definitely helps. Like I was getting multiple offers through LinkedIn also. Many
Yeah, I
recruiters
know,
were
I know,
approaching.
I know. You once upon a time you told me that you were in a hospital, and there are four people lining up. Microsoft Fabric has become very hard, and so has Databricks, and I mean, every one of our people who have gone through the boot camp is receiving multiple offers, and it's just a matter of time. Every day I hear some good news, and a lot of times I keep it under wraps because I don't want to announce that people are getting so many offers until they are settled, and they have had a chance to focus on their work, because we don't want to distract them. So, Kriti, when you were preparing for your cert, what are some of the one question that everybody wants to ask is, what are some of the resources you used, Kriti, for this preparation?
Like I have attended all the classes of Surya, like
Okay.
without missing any of the class, and I have completed all the assignments and put it on the website. And
Well,
like, Mhm.
so people ask us, Akriti, hey, you could have learned from YouTube, you could have learned from Microsoft documentation, you could have so and Surya has a lot of fancy things, like he has an Anki, he has I don't know, he has a portfolio case study, and a lot of people say that it's very helpful. But help me understand why, and anybody can answer this, guys, not just Akriti. We are having a discussion here. It's not a one person thing. So, guys, help me understand why, what are the things about you? I mean, why can't somebody just go to a site, just learn from YouTube. People say those are the people that I know that have learned from YouTube. They take a lot of time. That's one thing people say. What have been your experiences, guys? So Akriti can say it, Prem Sai can mention, Nagraj can pitch in, Vaishnavi can share her inputs. Guys, this is all about discussion and interaction.
Okay, okay. I would like to add few pointers on it. So basically, like to be good in the exam or to give answer correctly in the exam, you should know the prior knowledge or the hands-on experience. So if I break down into two things, is firstly is the prior knowledge, like what the question is asking in the exam, and are you able to relate to the previous thing which you have already covered. And the second, skimming part, which I had done in the case studies of DP700, is like I firstly read the question what is asking, cause the case studies itself would take 15 minutes to read whole, and case study consists of 8 questions to answer it. So if you skim or take the keywords from the question and then you can answer it, it would be helpful for you.
Okay.
So,
That's
Abhijit,
a very good input. Yeah.
yeah, those projects that you mentioned, how are they case studies? What are case studies and how are they relating to the exam particularly?
Okay, so like if any questions, if I say if it is related to T-SQL or if it is related to pipelines, so let's suppose there is a one pipeline of a copy activity, and the question itself asking about the concept of copy activity. So if you have done those concepts previously, then you can relate quickly and give the answer. Means like you can eliminate the options of the question and you can provide the correct answer. You don't need to provide the correct answer, it will automatically means provided by elimination method. So this approach I have followed.
That's good. So you have a strong foundation of the concept. So that is the reason you were able to eliminate the other choices and get to the correct answer. So
Correct, correct.
if we just relate that, guys, you know what? I mean, if you just relate this to YouTube learning versus I mean, the concept wise or case study wise learning, which we are doing in the boot camp, which we have done, right? It is far more different, right? In YouTube, we will be having, it is not focused a little bit or it is not structured, I guess. So most of the concepts or most of the YouTube videos which we see, right? It is not structured and they just take a set of questions for the views. They just explain the concept and they just don't have a continuity. But the case study wise learning which we have done, right? I mean, I, Vaishnavi, Abhijit, and most of us, right? So I think that has helped us to clear this DP700 really quick, because many people they just message me, Nagraj, how were you able to clear this DP700? Give me some dumps, give me some material. So I just tell them in the first hand, see, you need to be able to know that what concepts are what concepts are they asking, right? And you should be clear about what about the concepts. So that is where it would be helpful for them to clear this exam. So what do you say, Vaishnavi, Akriti?
I have one point to add to YouTube. um, Looking for free resources or looking for websites, looking for YouTube videos, they are a pain. I have gone through it to just find the right instructor, to just find the right mode of learning. It takes months, not just weeks. It'll take months because once you start something on YouTube, you want to sit there and finish it, but it feels difficult. But you just sit there because you have already started. You know you don't know where to get to. So yeah, we have Vatsal Goel who wants to add few points. Yeah, go ahead, Vatsal.
Yeah, just to add to what you, Abhijit, and Nagraj were saying on this point only, that why a boot camp might be better. It's also the reason that I personally experience is that since YouTube and Udemy has sort of an infinite content, it creates a decision fatigue on trying to understand what actually matters in the job, what to learn, what we can ignore. But in through a boot camp, we are only learning what is relevant, and months of trial and error is suddenly compressed into a couple of weeks. And additionally, there is also a sort of peer pressure which forces us to show up. So if you're just
Exactly.
learning through YouTube and all, if we skip a week or two, nothing happens. But in a boot camp, there are deadlines, there are assignments. So we are sort of forced to show up if we see that our peers are showing up and they're completing stuff. So that also helps us to move forward at a significant pace, is
Nicely
what
said,
my
Vatsal.
experience was.
Yeah,
Very
it's a
well said.
valid thing. Yeah, it's a valid thing. But you know what, guys? I mean, Vatsal, I'll just add one more thing. It is a continuation to what Abhijit was just saying. Knowing the concepts is one part, and how to answer smartly in the examination, that is also another trick, right? You know what? Because in the case studies, there are long case studies, and if you take time to read everything, you just have 1.5 hours to complete the certification. So if you just start reading all the questions, it would take a lot of time and you wouldn't be able to complete all the questions. And as Abhijit was telling, you need to just first skim the question first. You need to do skimming, and then later on eliminate the other choices that will help you to direct the correct answer. So yeah, what do you say, Vaishnavi?
That is absolutely true
Yeah,
what you said about peer pressure. And yeah, it did get to me at one point. I was also feeling the pressure, like everyone who was completing these case studies. It's not just about the case studies, okay? So when you sit and learn about it, there is a mental simulation, there is the excitement of getting it completed before everyone else. But if you're lagging, you also have that